All right, hello and welcome to this New Jersey nonsense update. This is what's going on, the latest nonsense in New Jersey. And this is not on the part of the police or the government. This is on the part of a particular group of people we all know too well that don't care about the rules. This is residents upset after dirt road in Jackson being used for a safari trip. This is in the Pine Barrens. It's a dirt road. It's a road that's just not paved. So it says here, two photos circulating on social media this week have sparked outrage as suspected out-of-town visitors drove down a long dirt road that backs up to the rear of the Six Flags Great Adventures Safari. The road, known for years by locals, gives drivers a glimpse at some of the park's exotic creatures, including gazelle and giraffe in that section of the park. After photos surfaced on Facebook, residents argued the road should not be used as a tourist destination. At least one vehicle in the caravan sported New York license plates. A group of children exited the vehicles and were riding their bikes along the road, taking in the sights and sounds of the nearby safari park. Reed Road is a mostly unpaved road. Neither the local police department nor the Township of Jackson released any statement regarding the new tourist destination. So this is in Jackson, which is in Ocean County. Here are some of the pictures here. Oh, and take a look at the group of people that you have here. Can we take a look? They're dressed in white and black. You can fill in the blank. What group this is? The same group of people that's in Lakewood that doesn't care about not. This is clearly a gathering of people that is against it. And now what's going to happen is this is in a wildlife management area, and right now the wildlife management areas in New Jersey are still open, but this is what's going to get them closed. This is why Ocean County closed the parks. Nobody wants to stand up and say, you know what? Nobody wants to admit what's really going on in New Jersey, and that is that this group of people, and some of them live in New York too. They're probably coming from Park Slope. I think there are a lot of them over there. This group of people, they don't care about the rules. They don't care about anything. They're the most selfish, arrogant group of people you can ever imagine. All right, so let me show you where this was. All right, now this is Turkey Swan Park, which is closed, but this is let me find it. It's in Ocean County. It's in Jackson. Let me find it. Oh yeah, here we go. This is where it is. So this is the Collier's Mills Wildlife Management Area, which is still open. All right, but they're driving down this road, which goes through the Pine Barrens here in back of the park, and they're congregating there. And this is the kind of things that you have. Actually, there is a street view here, so we can actually take a look and see what it looks like here. It's kind of an old street view, kind of grainy, but it is the Pine Barrens over here, and this is an open road that people can go down, and they're congregating along the road. So this is what this group of people is. They think they're above the law. The governor protects them. Everybody there protects them. And instead, everybody gets punished. They're not allowed to hike because of the behavior of this group of people. And they continue to behave like this. It's obvious they're in white and black. You know what they are. I don't have to tell you. I'm not going to say it. It's ridiculous. Meanwhile, you can't go for a walk in the park, but they're allowed to gather like that. But if I go for a hike in Jake's Branch, I might get a ticket for going into a closed park. I'm hiking by myself. It's okay for these people to congregate, right? They continue to do it in Lakewood, of course. And they continue to do it in Lakewood. They still got, it's the holidays. No, you can't gather right now. But they don't care. And Murphy, and nobody wants to say what's really going on, because they're all in the pocket of this group. So I'm going to read you another ridiculous thing that happened in New Jersey. We'll go to this one here. New Brunswick man charged for being out in public without an essential purpose. Now, this is completely unconstitutional. So it actually puts the guy's name in here. This guy from New Brunswick was charged April 14th by the New Brunswick Police Department for violating emergency orders. It only says the suspect had been given multiple warnings about being in public without an essential purpose. So they're trying to actually literally force people to stay home. This is unconstitutional. And hopefully the Department of Justice needs to get involved now and do something about this, because this is a complete overreach of power. And then we got more hypocrisy from this Governor Murphy here. Murphy reason on park closures due to religious gatherings. All right, so if you haven't watched, I'm going to put link up in the top of this video here on the cards. Murphy was on Fox News, and he was completely full of it. He basically, Tucker Carlson really grilled him good, and he asked him why the parks were closed. Why are the liquor stores open but the parks closed? And Murphy just said, well, it's due to the mental health. People need their alcohol for mental health. Otherwise we could have a lot of problems that people who are addicted aren't getting. But meanwhile, people who can't go out for a hike. This guy is unbelievable. I think the DOJ needs to come in and remove this guy from power. I think he needs to be removed. I think Murphy needs to be removed. So, Ocean County, several weeks ago, Ocean County Freeholder Virginia Haynes, 89, closed all of Ocean County parks because of a large gathering of religious Orthodox Jews visiting a Bayside Park in Brick Township. It's the Hasids, folks. Publicly, Haynes refused to admit her motivation, considering her longtime ties to the Lakewood Orthodox community. But behind closed doors, some officials said her decision to close parks was indeed to keep Orthodox Jews, who are predominantly from Lakewood, out of county parks and surrounding towns. Once her motive was leaked to the media by those in her own circle, she quickly backpedaled, saying that there were reports of social distancing violation in other county parks. Tonight, in a Fox News interview, Murphy was grilled by Tucker Carlson regarding his decision to close all of the state parks, and even noted a man was arrested this week for simply sitting alone on a beach in Ocean County. Why does that pose a danger, Tucker asked. On what scientific basis do you make that decision? And Murphy, of course, didn't have an answer. Murphy only said New Jersey was coming into warm weather and peak religious seasons, specifically Passover, Easter, and Ramadan. Some of the counties were beginning to close their parks, Murphy said, specifically referring to Ocean County, which led the charge to close parks to keep the Orthodox contained to Lakewood, where COVID-19 numbers have risen far above other towns in the county. Gee, I wonder why. The concern was that they couldn't go to their normal park and they would just go to another park or state park. And it wasn't just a gut feeling, Murphy said. Murphy noted that a large amount of out-of-state license plates were starting to show up in New Jersey parks, mostly from New York City Borough Park and the Shore area. Murphy didn't explain what science was in play when a person sitting on a bench was charged. So he didn't really answer the questions. He dodged the questions. You can watch the interview. It's ridiculous. This guy is just out of control. He is completely out of control, this governor. All right, I'm sorry. But if you can't, he thinks you're not allowed to go for a walk. You're not allowed to go to a park. He is completely abusing his power, and this is why the DOJ needs to step in. And for any of you who have had interactions with the police over this, you need to contact the DOJ. We got to get Murphy out right now. All right, he's got to be out. He's got to be out. That's it. Right now, he's got to be removed. He is violating his oath of office right now. All right. So here we go. The time for warnings is over. Warns of strict enforcement of state quarantine. This is Murphy and his other friend in crime here, Gurbir Grewal. So New Jersey Attorney General said he's asking residents to follow the state-mandated orders, and his office and local law enforcement no longer will be asking nicely for residents of the state to follow Governor Phil Murphy's executive order to self-quarantine. It's time for each and every one of our states to do their part, and for those who won't do their part, there will be serious consequences. Violation of stay-at-home order will have consequences. If you throw a party and violate the order, police officers will show up, shut it down, and issue violations. All right, I do agree with that. But he also said need to focus on critical public safety issues and not making sure people follow his common sense stay-at-home order. So the problem is, it's one thing if you're having a gathering. They're still doing it in Lakewood. They're still doing it. So this is what's going on in the state of New Jersey. I honestly feel so sorry for everybody who has to live in that state right now. I don't know. I really like Murphy, and then something happened to him. I know he had an operation. He had to have cancer. Maybe something happened to him mentally, and he's just gone nuts. I don't know, but he's not fit to serve right now as governor of New Jersey. I'm sorry. No, he's not. No, he needs to be removed. All right, and as far as I'm concerned, Mr. Grewal, well, the Department of Justice is above you, and you will also face charges for violating people's rights if you start arresting and finding people just going for a hike in the woods, Mr. Grewal. All right, so think about that. Honestly, both of these men right here need to face charges for their abuse of power and violating constitutional rights of people in New Jersey. Look at how we've done it in New York. All right, we've done it without any of this nonsense. All right, and so that's the way I feel about it. I think that covers just about everything going on in the state of New Jersey. Obviously the real reason is this. And meanwhile, these people continue to gather. They continue to get away with it, but yet people going for hikes on their own are getting the book thrown at them. And we all know why. It's because these people here are connected with the government in New Jersey. They can do what they want and just get a slap on the wrist for it. That's really what's going on in New Jersey, and it's up to the folks in New Jersey to stand up and resist this kind of nonsense. Go for that hike. The tickets will be tossed out. If they arrest you, you will surely have merit to have a huge civil rights lawsuit against the state of New Jersey and whatever jurisdiction is trying to charge you for going for a hike. Not when these people are going out in the Pine Barrens and gathering like this. If they can do that, then you can go for your hike by yourself. It's absolutely ridiculous. That's it.